Morning, everybody. It's DJ NV Angela Yee, Charlamagne the Guy. We are the Breakfast Club. Let's get to the rumors. Let's talk Raven Symone.
Now on Instagram, Raven Symone reposted this. It was a picture featuring people like Swizz Beatz, T.I., Jay-Z, Diddy, Yo Gotti, Big Sean, Khaled, and she said the original post said, a group of so-called successful black men minus Khaled racially, who became rich and famous from perpetuating the worst black stereotypes to the ears and eyes of the whole planet, like drug dealing, pimping, murdering other black men, and disrespecting black women. I know, making observations is being a hater. Cheers. Now, Raven Symone reposted this. A lot of people had things to say.
She reposted it from speech from Arrested Development. That was very interesting to me, that speech posted that.
Right. From Arrested Development. Now, she deleted that post. She said, deleted my post because the comments were not something I want my underage followers looking at. I'm not deleting because I don't believe in what I said.
Why she just say disable the comments? She don't know about
I don't know why she didn't do
Probably don't know
that.
that feature.
Now, T.I. responded also. He said, your sins ain't no greater than ours, ma'am. The air must be thin as hell up there on that high horse you're sitting on. Somebody please let me know. WTF up with Shouty.
Well, like I always say, this generation would have never let Malcolm Little become Malcolm X. Nobody believes in the concept of growth and evolution anymore. People should remember 1 Corinthians 13:11. When I was a child, I talked like a child. I thought like a child. I reasoned like a child. But when I became a man, I put the ways of childhood behind me. A lot of guys in that picture, I put the ways of childhood behind them.
Right, again, stories of actual redemption, people being successful black men.
Yeah.
And yeah, so I don't understand why she felt like that was something appropriate to repost, but she does believe it.
And I don't understand why speech from Arrested Development thought that was something to say, because it seemed like it originated from him. Like, I feel like he should know better.
Maybe he wanted to be in the picture. I don't know. All right, Kylie Jenner has announced that she had her baby girl. Her and Travis Scott are now parents. She made the announcement on Sunday. And that's the same hospital she was at where both Kim and Kourtney delivered their kids as well. And so was Rob Kardashian's daughter, Dream, was also born there.
Well, congratulations to them. And drop on the clues bombs for Travis Scott for being way smarter than Tiger ever could.
She said, I'm sorry for keeping you in the dark through all the assumptions. I understand you're used to me bringing you along on all my journeys. My pregnancy was one I chose not to do in front of the world. I knew for myself I needed to prepare for this role of a lifetime in the most positive, stress-free, and healthy way I knew how.
You think Tiger's somewhere like shadowboxing to himself right now? Like just swinging at the air, mad at the world, fist balled up like Arthur?
I'm sure
Maybe
he's a
he
little
didn't
upset.
really want to be with her anymore either.
Drop on the clues bomb for Travis Scott again.
Now, in
Smart
addition,
man you
Steph
are.
Curry and Ayesha Curry are having another baby. Ayesha announced that she's pregnant again, and she broke the news on Instagram saying, hey, how did this happen? Curry, party of 5, feeling very blessed and very sick. Yippee, Curry for 3.
Hey,
Congrats to them.
you drop on the clues bomb for Steph Curry. Shoot is shoot, bro.
He can shoot.
Okay, he shot the club up. He trying to get a little boy. I know this game. All right, I'm trying to do the same thing right now. You got 2 girls. You want to keep shooting until you get you a little man. I understand, Steph.
And the Migos will be performing on Saturday Night Live on March 3rd, while Charles Barkley is going to be the guest host. All right, this is going to be their first time actually being the headlining musical guest. They were on before with Katy Perry to do their single that they had together. They also have the #1 album on the Billboard 200 charts. Culture 2 is #1. They got about 199,000 album units sold. That's including streaming and actual physical sales as well. So they are #1 again. Culture was #1 also when that came out. So
That'd be very dope if Nicki and Cardi came out to do motorsport on SNL.
I don't think that's going to happen.
Well, Cardi will be there. Drop on the clues bombs for the Migos.
now the Migos is just the 5th rap group with more than one #1 album as far as rap groups.
Really?
Yes.
Wow.
Only the 5th in history?
The 5th in history as far as rap groups. Beastie Boys had 4
Wu-Tang.
#1s. Nope. They
Wu-Tang never had a #1?
They didn't have more than one #1 album.
Oh.
Okay, Tribe Called Quest had 2 #1 albums. Bone Thugs and Harmony had 2, and D12 had 2.
Oh, okay, I see what you
#1,
said.
yeah.
Multiple #1s.
Yeah, more
All
than
right.
one. All right, well, I'm Angela Yee, and that is your rumor report.
It's DJ NV Angela Yee, Charlamagne the Guy. We are the Breakfast Club. Let's get to the rumors. Let's talk Kevin Hart.
Well, you guys already know about Kevin Hart at the Super Bowl. He's excited. His Eagles won for the first time ever in the franchise history. And he did a lot of acting out. He was having a good time, though. He was drunk, clearly. Now, here he is. He kind of bum rushed this interview that was happening, and here's what he said live on air.
I hope this is an example of what we can do. We gave a
All right, we gotta go.
He dropped the mic and got up out of there. All right, now he's explaining, I guess he's saying the security detail at the Super Bowl was really good. Thank goodness he shouldn't have been on that stage, right? Here is Kevin Hart explaining himself.
To all the kids out there, I just want to say don't drink. When alcohol's in your system, you do dumb stuff. Me trying to go on stage with the trophy, definitely in the top 2 stupidest things I've ever done, but who cares? Eagles won a Super Bowl, and my wife was the first one that said, babe, don't go up there. I told my wife, honey, chill out. I got to be up there with my city. It didn't work out. That man did his job, didn't he? He said, Kevin Hart, I know who you are, but you can't be up here. I said, hell if I can't. I went to walk. He put his hand on my chest.
Hey, man, I said it earlier this morning. I'll say it again. Drop one of Cool's bombs for that security guard. He was doing his job.
Kevin Hart gonna have so many jokes.
I don't care who you are. You're not getting up here if you don't have the right credentials, okay? Kev should have told the security guard that one of the players was his father, because that's the only other people I see on those stages is the kids of the players. He could have got that off.
Kevin Hart put a whole lot of hashtags along with that post. He said, I should have listened to my wife. I was caught up in the moment. I was super drunk. I'm so happy for my city. At least I didn't punch a horse. That security guard did his job. And then he said, I won so much money on this game. We finally got a Super Bowl. So what? The Eagles won. I'm getting old. Threw up this morning. Just a lot of different
That's hashtags. A great security guard. That security guard getting a promotion. And y'all clowning Kevin Hart like that didn't happen to you at the Rock Nation brunch last week. Okay? The same thing that happened to Kev yesterday on that Super Bowl field happened to y'all at the Rock Nation brunch. Knock it off. And you had a Rock Nation hat on when it happened.
I felt bad for Kev because he was politicking too. He was like, look, you see me? You see me?
And security guard like, I don't give a damn. Are you a player? Okay, are you a coach? If not, you have no business on that stage. I don't care if you're from Philly.
He tried so hard.
He looks so small.
And drop one of the clues. I like to see security do their job. Listen, you're not going to tell me that when you go to an establishment and you see security doing their job, it don't make you feel safer.
All right, now Uma Thurman has done an interview in the New York Times. She did a very long interview, and she's finally speaking out about Harvey Weinstein, and also she had some things to say about Quentin Tarantino. Now, you know her from Kill Bill, Pulp Fiction, The Producers. She says that Harvey Weinstein attacked her multiple times early in her career, and she said she felt guilty after so many women have come forward. She talks about going to meet with him in his hotel room, and he emerged wearing a bathrobe. And she said she thought he was just like kind of a kooky person after that. Then she said he first attacked her in London. After that incident, he pushed me down. He tried to shove himself on me. He tried to expose himself. He did all kinds of unpleasant things. She said he later sent her roses, and when she confronted him, he threatened to derail her career. Now, she also says that later on, he did apologize to her in person, and he did confirm that to the Times, who did this article. And her response, his therapy must be working. Now, she talks about an incident with Quentin Tarantino, and she says that he actually made her do this stunt in the car that left her permanently physically damaged. She said he came in my trailer and didn't like to hear no, like any director. He was furious because I cost him a lot of time, but I was scared. He said, I promise you the car is fine. It is a straight piece of road. She said, he hit 40 miles per hour or your hair won't blow the right way, and I'll make you do it again. So she said what happened was they ended up having a car crash. She has a permanently damaged neck and screwed up knees after that. So the footage is actually in the New York Times story if you feel like taking a look at that. Now she goes on to say, I am one of the reasons that a young girl would walk into his room alone the way I did. Quentin Tarantino used Harvey Weinstein as the executive producer of Kill Bill, a movie that symbolizes female empowerment, and all these lambs walked into slaughter because they were convinced nobody rises to such a position who would do something illegal to you, but they do. So she also feels somewhat responsible for all the other actresses who felt they would be okay, and feels like she's somewhat responsible for him having other victims for not having come forward. In addition, Taraji P. Henson's manager, who's also Halle Berry's ex-manager, has some allegations against him. 9 women have accused Vincent Cerationi of unwanted sexual advances over a period of 20 years. Now, he's very closely associated with Halle Berry and Taraji, and he has a reputation as an important gatekeeper for black actresses. So, according to these women, he would prey upon young women of color seeking an entry into Hollywood. One woman say that he masturbated in front of her in his office during the years that he managed her. Another Another woman said he offered to advance her career for monthly sex. 3 women say he demanded sex as a condition for representing them, and when they refused, he refused to take them as clients as well. Now, Halle Berry posted, yesterday I was saddened by the allegations against my former manager, Vincent Terentioni, but today I'm sick after reading the horrifying detailed accounts of his abuse toward 9 women. She said, I'm deeply hurt, and I want these women and countless others to know I see you, I hear you, you matter, I will fight for you. Taraji also posted, the news about my manager, Vincent Terentioni, has shocked, hurt, offended, and yet again put professional women in a position to not trust the men they work with. And she goes on to say, I feel saddened, disappointed, and ashamed. We deserve better. This has to stop.
Now wait, with the car crash, because I'm watching the car crash now. It looks crazy. She said she couldn't say no, that he
demanded that she actually do her own stunt and not use a stunt double.
Yeah, this looks crazy. She's driving 40, 50 miles per hour into a tree.
Permanently damaged.
Like, into a tree. Like, she's effed up. I'm watching it now. Wow.
I wonder why he would agree to that, knowing that could be such a liability.
I have no idea why he would force her or convince her that
I'm sure she had to sign some type of waiver basically saying that none of them are liable if she gets hurt.
She also said she tried to get the footage for 15 years and they wouldn't give it to her. They just now released it. So that footage, like I said, is in the time story of Uma Thurman. Now, I'm going to read Vincent Terentioni's response to these allegations. He made a statement to the Post. He said, we live in a time where men are being confronted with a very real opportunity to take responsibility for their actions. I support this movement wholeheartedly. I have had former female clients and employees my entire career in this industry. I have built a reputation for advancing the careers of women of color. He said he's had affairs while in committed relationships. He said ones I am now ashamed to say are coming to light and shading my past and my reputation. I can say without a doubt that I have never used favors, sexual or otherwise, as a reason for managing anyone. So he said all of his relationships have been consensual. All right. Well, I'm Angela Yee, and that is your rumor report.
All right. It's DJ NV Angela Yee, Charlamagne the God. We are the Breakfast Club. Let's get to the rumors. Let's talk Swae Lee.
Well, Swae Lee and his girlfriend, I guess, got into it. She's sick and tired. She put a hashtag, but she said N-words wanna lie, but tell you how much they care and love you. And she posted a video where she was pouring dessert sauces all over 2 of his cars. Just chocolate sauces and everything. Yes, so here is how Swae Lee responded.
You see the drama with the girls, like that's normal. I don't look at that like a bad thing or anything. It's part of life. At the end of the day, bro, I'm young, successful, rich as you know what I'm saying? I'm doing crazy every day. My lifestyle crazy.
All right, so how hard is that to get off your car?
Chocolate, you can wash chocolate.
So it's easy.
Off.
So it's not that.
Yeah, she didn't key the car or put Pepsi on it.
She knew better. She was like, I'm not.
That's actually kind of light.
Yeah, that was
chocolate on the car. I didn't even realize that they was beefing. I thought she was showing love.
They wasn't just too mad.
I thought it was a prank. I didn't know that she actually was mad about something.
No, she was. I mean, that's why she did the hashtag about lying and, you know, not caring about you. Then they posted a video of themselves together, I guess, taking a shower. So I guess all is well. All right, Troy Ave. He put out a song and a video, and he had to explain why he is not snitching. The song is Too Legit to Quit. And when the video dropped, it actually, a lot of people had things to say on social media. Here's a little snippet of that song.
I'm only loyal to my fame. It's true. Middle finger from his things. Even me or you. I was sinner out to hell. Leg showers, I was last. When he sinner out to jail. I use my power like ghosts. Ain't no rules when you ruthless.
All right, so in the video, you can see it's animated, and he is taking a stand and putting up his middle finger. So he responded to a lot of backlash that he got as far as being a snitch on social media. He said most people put in a situation where they got to fight for their life would have laid down and died that night, but I'm a soldier of God, and this God's plan. I've been through all this fake news, trying to tear Troy Ave down-ish before. Remember, they said I shot and killed my best friend, myself, and killed my best friend? Some of you believed it. Truth came out. Fake news. Remember, they said I only sold 4,000 records and called it a L, when in reality I sold almost 9,000 independent in a week. And he said that he made 86,000 profit off of that. He goes on to talk about haters calling him cocky and arrogant, and because of my honesty and naiveness baited me into certain quotes for clickbait. He said, remember when they took a 1-hour interview where I was talking real ish to y'all, and to hide my message they twisted my words and said I'm saying I'm Tupac. So I made New Pac and another $250,000. So he goes on to say that he is now going to go harder and, let you know.
Well, as I said on Friday, you can't be a rapper and a gangster. Okay, it comes a point in time when you have to choose one, and that's what he's trying to do now. He's trying to save his rap career, but also be a gangster at the same time. But if you're taking the stand, then the gangster stuff goes out the window, right? And there's nothing wrong with that. If you want to take the stand and clear your name or whatever it is you're trying to do, cool. But you just can't do both.
Now, he said, hashtag facto, the other side is documented in court saying it's Troy Ave. He's the bad guy. As for me, you can't snitch on videotape. You can't snitch on self-defense. Hashtag free Troy Ave. I'm innocent. F the other side and whoever love him, because if you wouldn't pray for me, spray for me, or pay for me, it ain't ish you could say to me.
I said that on Friday. I mean, once you get to that point and both sides are saying something, hey, it is what it is.
You're telling me, I'm going to tell on you.
Your lawyer, I don't know what the details are in the case, but if your lawyer says something that Troy Ave is the bad guy, everything's out the window. All the gangster issues out the window. All the gangster shit's out the window anyway.
Oh, that's cool. Just remember that when he still tries to be a gangster rapper, because people are going to hold that against him, and they're going to say, yo, he took the stand, he was an informant.
All right, now Eminem has announced his European revival tour, and guess what? In the first 24 hours, all of the shows have completely sold out. That's over 500,000 tickets to all of his shows in less than a day. So congratulations to him. Also, Snoop, we told you he's putting out a gospel album, Bible of Love. Now, he did release some of that music. You could actually hear, I think, about 5 songs from that 32-track double album that's coming out March 16th, and here's one of them.
I'm not mad at you, things I'm going through make me act a fool. Please don't think I'm cruel, really normally I'm cool. There is nothing you can do. Hey, when my words off you, things ain't what they seem. Feeling like I'm fooling me, I know God is calling me.
And that song is called The Words Are Few. That's Snoop from the gospel album.
You can't say that a record like that is terrible when it's about God, right? No, you can't. One thing about Snoop, he will take chances with his music.
He has before.
Let me hear that again.
You like it?
You cannot put it. I'm just telling you.
I'm listening. I need to hear it.
I'm not mad at you. Things I'm going through make me act a fool. Please don't think I'm cruel. Really, normally I'm cool. There is nothing you can do. Hey, when my words off you, things ain't what they seem. Feeling like I'm fooling me. I know God is calling me.
I know God's calling me.
I'm grooving.
Dad, I dare you.
I'm not. Listen, God bless Snoop Dogg. All right, okay. That's like somebody handing you a Jesus pamphlet.
You ain't throwing it out.
Last October he put out "Make America Crip Again." You know, Snoop, listen, very versatile with the content of his music. All right, and
Snoop has earned that right.
Tracy Ellis Ross is directing an episode of Blackish, so she shared that news with People, announcing that this month she'll be directing that episode. It's going to air later on this season, so she said she's directing episode 21. So congratulations to her. And
I'm going to include one for Tracy Ellis Ross, damn it.
And last but not least, we've been talking to you about the ex-Team USA, Dr. Larry Nassar, with all of the different victims that he sexually assaulted. Now, the father of 3 of the victims went crazy in the courtroom in Michigan. He actually tried to attack him in front of the judge and everything. And can you blame him? All right, Randall Margraves has 3 gymnast daughters who were victimized by Larry Nassar. He asked the judge if she could grant him 5 minutes alone with the demon in a locked room. The judge said no. Then he tried to negotiate. He asked for 1 minute.
Let me get just 1 minute.
The judge said no, and then Margraves said that he wouldn't let the court stop him, and that's when he rushed at Larry Nassar.
As he should have. Okay,
he should have just dove. He shouldn't have said what he was going to do. He should have just did it.
And I love the fact that, you know, 5 minutes is a universal language that everybody understands. Let me tell y'all something. 5 minutes is a long time in a street fight. Okay, we need to stop asking for 5 minutes.
It's a long time in the ring.
5 minutes don't last. 5 minutes. You've never seen a 5-minute street fight. Okay, and if you have, it ends with everybody just holding each other with their shirts off, breathing very hard. All right.
Now he was taken into custody, and as he was being taken away, he said, "I want that son of a bitch. Give me 1 minute with that bastard." All right, I'm Angela Yee, and that is your rumor report.
All right, thank you, Miss Yee. Shout to Revolt. We'll see you guys tomorrow. Everybody else, the People's Choice Mix is up next.